that man is not asking you on a date, are you really dating? Are you really dating? Can you focus on me? Hey boo things, it's Tashira, and you know what it is. It's another dating video. It's time for a chit chat. Get ready with me. So I'm gonna do my makeup, and we're about to talk about some dating. You just met a guy and you gave him your number. Do not call that man. Let him call you. Sirs, call her first. You're the hunter, she is the gazelle. Do your hunting, or else she'll know you're not interested. Baby girl, if he doesn't call you, he's not interested. That man might have a girlfriend, he's married, or he just, I don't know, he was just getting your number just to see if he could get it. But he later discovered, like, hey, not interested. Don't be thirsty calling that man up, okay? Now, for the man who does call, take your time getting to know him, okay? Don't rush things along. Don't immediately think, oh my God, this is my husband. I mean, if you feel like that, then you just do. But more than likely, he's not. 99% of the people you date, you will not be within the long run, okay? For my primer, I use the Peter Thomas Raw Skin to Die For. And foundations, we have the Black Radiance Liquid Highlighter mixed with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in color Honey Bronze 4W1. So yes, let things go along as they go, okay? And when you all first start having combos, be sure that you're able to decipher what he says. So if he lets you know, like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship, I just want to date, blah, 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 keep that in mind. If that's not what you want, if you don't want to just like randomly date somebody, if you wanted to move towards a relationship, maybe cut him off. If you kind of want to just like chill, see what happens, and seeing what happens does not mean like maybe he'll change his mind. More than likely he won't. Sometimes, you know, sometimes they do, but listen to what he just told you, or else you're just gonna be sitting there looking crazy after like 6 months and then be like, oh, what are we, blah blah blah, and he's gonna tell you the same thing again. And also, if after that long he's telling you the same thing again, he's probably told you in between those times, so it may be like 2 months, 3 months, he's probably said that again. And you should also know he's not that into you if he's not willing to commit to you. Because if that's what you want and you've made it clear to that man, if he's really into you, he's gonna give you what you want. If he doesn't care, I mean, he's just not gonna care, and he's gonna keep dating other people because he told you he doesn't want a commitment. Now if y'all get into the dating type thing together and it starts to get like a little bit more serious and then he starts to fall back, if it's around like the 2-3 month mark and he pulls away just a little bit, let it be. Just let him chill. He'll be back. Or he'll decide like, I'm not really feeling her like that. He just needs his time to kind of decipher things. Because maybe y'all been spending a lot of time together. Hopefully so. But if you start hearing things like, I'm really busy and blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure what I want. Or I just got a lot going on. If you're hearing that consistently for more than 2 weeks, if it's like a month and you've been hearing him sing that same old song, girl, carry on. He does not want you. He's trying to politely let you down and let you know like, hey, I'm good on you. He doesn't want to hurt your feelings. A lot of times we can't handle the truth. We want them to tell the truth a lot of the times, but some men are afraid of actually hurting your feelings. So they try to, you know, make up something and let you down pretty easily. Please understand that that's his way of saying, hey, I don't want you, sis. I'm not into you, baby girl. Can you please politely carry on so I can live my life? Because as crazy as it sounds, a lot of men don't know how to just say that. Like, hey, this is not working. Some will tell you, but sometimes you gotta read between the lines and decipher what he's really saying. He may also tell you at a point, oh, I still want to date other people. Girl, he don't want you. I've had plenty of situations where I'm like, okay, and then we never talk again. If it's been several months, that's the case. If it's like 2 weeks, whatever, and he's like, oh, I'm just, you know, weighing my options, I'm dating other people, maybe he's upfront, he'll tell you that. That doesn't mean drop the man. It means continue to get to know him, because you're probably dating other people at 2 weeks too. But now let's talk about calls, text messages. This man should not be only texting you, he should be calling you as well. You should not be texting this man to death, texting him paragraphs at a time, a 50,000 page book. Chill out. I honestly wouldn't recommend doing that at any point, because if you have to type out that much, you need to have a conversation. Things are definitely going to get misconstrued if you are sending long paragraphs and you're trying to talk through something. Even in the get to know you stages, if you're asking questions back and forth that are deep questions, have that combo in person. Go on a date. If that man is not asking you on a date, are you really dating? Are you really dating? You might need to go ahead and drop him, sis. Sir, if you are not asking her on a date, you probably don't like her. Disappear. Tell her you don't like her or you're not interested and just carry on with life. Don't waste that lady's time. And y'all, I'm just sitting here putting on concealer. My concealer is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in color medium beige. And I will also link all of my products below in the description box. Y'all, I think I got some in my eyes sitting here trying to put on makeup and talk to y'all. Woo! And y'all, this is sick. I forgot to put on my eye cream so my under eye area is just as dry. Ooh. Now, if this man is consistent, he's been calling you every day, go ahead and one day give him a call. Reciprocate. Show him that you're interested as well. And I'll assume if it's gotten this far, you haven't been dry in the calls and text messages. Don't be dry. Don't be dry. Don't sit there having that man ask you questions and then you're, yeah. You give a one-word answer. Draw it out. Ask him a question back. Or else he's of course going to think she is not interested. So you're going to eventually need to reciprocate in the form of calls, conversation. Be a normal person. When you go on a date, don't be on your phone. Put it away. Now, I have met my share of sweetie pies. The men that I meet are always just like, oh, so kind, so sweet to me. So I have to listen. I want you to listen too. When he's talking, listen to the things he says. You'll be able to easily figure out his love language, what he likes. You might even figure out that he's not getting enough of something. So maybe he's not getting enough compliments in a particular area. Maybe that's his love language. He might mention a particular thing that he likes, something he likes to eat. Keep that in mind. I'm not saying go and start just gifting this man to death. That's not what's being said, okay? Let him show you first that he's genuine. Let him show you his interest in you. Because you're going to be able to gauge that off the bat. You're going to be like, I don't think he's that interested. Or like, oh, he seems really into me. And it could be a trick at first. It could be like his representative making you feel like, oh, he's really interested. But eventually, you're going to figure it out. There's going to be missed phone calls, miscommunication, no communication. Or there's going to be consistent communication. There's going to be reassurance. So if he's missing a phone call and then he's following up with, hey baby, sorry I missed your call. I'm doing such and such. I'll call you in a bit. Or hey sweetie, I'm just finishing up at work. I'll call you in a minute. Or I'm on the phone with whoever. Do that back. Don't just be missing this man's calls, or don't just be sitting there looking at the phone like, oh, he's calling. Like, we're too old for that. That's childish. You can do that once, especially if he's someone who's doing that same thing. If he's taking a while, if he never follows up, you can do that. But if this man is consistent, be consistent back. There's really no need to be childish. And like I said, when he does something sweet for you, keep that in mind. Yes, if that man really likes you, he likes you, and he'll continue to do sweet things. But that doesn't mean that you don't show any love or any interest back. You're gonna have to do something to reciprocate that interest that he's shown you. So do something genuine. It can be when you pop over to the house sometimes. Granted, you're at that point. You just bring something nice that you know he likes. Like maybe he mentioned that he likes nothing but cakes. Those do not cost a lot. Grab two, one for you, one for him. Maybe it's movie night and y'all enjoy that together. Because he's doing the same thing for you though, right? He's bringing you wine and flowers and dropping off your favorite snack occasionally, isn't he? I know he is. That man is making time for you, spending funds on you. He's into you. Don't second guess yourself. If you want to do something really sweet for him, go ahead and do that. But don't let it be random. Like I said, pay attention to the things that he says. Know if his love language is acts of service, if it's quality time, if it's touch. Reciprocation can be something as simple as massaging his back or his arms. You don't have to get freaky. Just do something to show that you care and you're interested back. And these things are actually a little bit more intimate, these types of reciprocation. But in the very beginning, it should be a simple text message. Hey, how was your day? Once he's done that a few times, kind of throw that in there. Don't always have him doing that, because think about it. Once you are in an actual relationship, that's how it goes. I wouldn't recommend going months at a time just letting this man text you first, call you first. He's probably gonna think like, does she really like me? Maybe not. Does she have genuine interest? Maybe not. She's probably interested in someone else and she's giving them that sort of treatment. Now, if you feel like this man is annoyed by your calls or text messages, ask him. Also, if he says he's annoyed, sis, run along now, carry on. He's not for you. Because at a point, if that's your man, you should be able to call him up at any time, send him any text message, and he's there. He's for you, because it could be an emergency. You don't need anybody flaky or who's just not willing to pick up the phone for you because they are uninterested. You are too special for that, sis. God didn't make you to be ignored. For my lashes, I have on some type of sheet-in lashes. I don't know what, girl. I don't know. And this is the Juvia's Place foundation stick in Tunisia. And of course, I'm about to Laura Mercier my face up with my e.l.f. powder brush. So yes, in deciphering what this man is saying, if he's saying like, oh, I want to do this on the weekend, keep in mind that he may want to do that with you. I mean, yes, he should outright ask, but sometimes I'm discovering that they don't. If he's asking about when you're free, he's probably trying to spend some time with you. And it may feel weird because it may take him a minute to get around to kind of saying like, oh, I want to spend time with you. It is perfectly fine after a couple dates to just gently say, I would love to spend some time with you this weekend, or I would love some quality time. So also when it comes to that reciprocation, let him know if you've been on a nice date. Let him know that you enjoyed the date. Let him know that you had a nice time with him, that you thoroughly enjoyed it. And if it's been the best time you've had in a minute, say that. I know this seems very simple, but this is showing appreciation and is a good way to just kind of let him know, hey, I'm definitely interested. I love spending time with you. Or excuse me, thoroughly enjoy, because we're not going to throw that love word in there for a minute. That was a bit much. I'm tripping. Now after a while you can start throwing that love word in there like, oh, I love when you such and such. I love hearing from you right before I go to sleep. I love hearing your voice. You can start throwing some of that in there. I mean, he might be doing it already, but you can do it back. Or you can be the one to initiate all that. It's real cute, real flirty. Don't lose your flirt, girl. Don't get boring. To set my contour, I'm using the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in Deep to Dark. And I'm going to use that middle shade right here. Now, what are some ways that you feel like you've reciprocated recently? Or have you not been? If you haven't been, let us know some ways that you want to start reciprocating. What are some little things you might want to start doing? And again, don't make it be big. It doesn't have to be big. If that's not your man, calm down. Let that man show you first. Sir, show her. You're the leader. Show her a little something. I'm about to put on this blush and this setting spray, and then I'm about to be ready to go. I'm going to use the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette from Juvia's Place. And I'm using this color Zane. But y'all, also let me know, what would you like to talk about next? What do you want to talk about? Yes, the Q&A. We can do a Q&A. Don't forget to leave questions down below. But what else do you want to talk about? How has your dating life been? What you been doing? Or are you about to be out in these streets once the summer hits? I want to know. I'm trying to lock somebody down. But you know, sometimes you gotta wait. You gotta wait a little bit, be patient, learn a bit more about somebody. As we talked about in the last video, I'm gonna leave it up here. Don't just be jumping in. Give it some time. And oh y'all, I almost forgot my lipstick. For my lips, I'm using the NYX Slim Lip Pencil in Currant and the Sephora Red Lip Color in 01. I do love you guys so much, and I thank you for watching and supporting my video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, baby.